Hello everyone and welcome to the year-end edition of the top 5 wrestling animations of the week. So this was a much bigger week than I expected, lots of great animations. I wasn't expecting that many obviously because it's Christmas and New Year and everything like that, but loads of people uploaded and they were all great this week. It was very tough to choose the top 5 and the honourables because there was just that many great animations, but here is my decisions for this week. Of course, we are going to find out who the animator of the year is, and the other year-end awards such as the most improved, my personal animation of the year, and my personal hardcore animation of the year will all be given out as well. So let's get straight into the last week. So the honourable mentions this week, we have JMG with his moonsault. We have SuplexNetwork with his steel cage match. And we have CEW with his spear. Now moving into the top 5, in 5th place we have LMS with his suplex. So some movements were a bit choppy and jerky, specifically in the rotation and the lift. It was way too fast there, but other than that the joint movements on the setup were really nice and the fall was nice and smooth, but it was also a little bit stiff in the mid-air and the reaction was slightly lacking for me. 4th place this week we have ARW with his Joe and Michael sequence. This was nice and smooth, it had good joint movements throughout and a nice flow. The reaction on the final reversal was a bit strange as it did abruptly kind of snap to a lying position, but the rope work throughout was decent and the silky flow of this made it very pleasing to watch. 3rd place this week we have LMS with his German suplex. So I didn't rate the super kick too much, it felt quite snappy to me. And I would have liked to see a reaction put on the end, or at least a bit more movement in the pin. But other than those things, that is just nitpicks, this was really nice. I thought Omega's movements throughout were really great, and I liked O'Reilly's movements after the super kick. It also had great smoothness on the suplex itself, and it had a really nice arch on it also. And I liked the flow of the whole suplex, it was very cool, very well done. Second place this week we have Unstable Animation with his Christmas Brawl. I loved the reactions and the falls on everything, the way they all flipped really added power to Braun's moves. They were all smooth also, and they all had decent joint movements to them. Some movements from Braun were quite slidey I thought, which was a bit of a shame, and there was also some stiffness here and there, but overall I thought this was very nice. In first place this week we have WCW with his Powerbomb. So this had great smoothness and really nice realism. I think it could have been a little bit faster, and it could have benefited from one of your camera pans that you did on your Black Hole Slam. But other than that, I did think it flowed very well. It had a great ladder break to it. The impact was really nice, and it had a very realistic reaction for a ladder bump. It was pretty much exactly how they do it in real life, which was great to see. I think Ambrose could have moved a little bit more when he was on Harper's shoulders, but overall I absolutely loved this. And of course it has to be said, rest in peace, Jonathan, Brody, Luke, whichever you prefer to call him. That's one of the most shocking things that could have happened this year. I did not see it coming at all. Really crap way to end the year. That's been a bit of a crap year, but of course rest in peace, and he will be missed, very much so. And now taking a look at the leaderboard, the final leaderboard of the year. In 5th place we have Myqee with 51 points. In 4th place ARW with 63 points, just missing out on a medal this year. And in 3rd place getting the bronze it's STG with 77 points. He's kind of fallen off the map, we haven't seen him in quite a long time. Hopefully he's not quit because he's a great animator and I want him to keep going. If he's just taking a break that's absolutely understandable. But well done on still getting the bronze even though you've not uploaded in ages. That's very impressive, shows how good you were at the start of the year. So very well done on that. Taking the silver this year we have WZW in 2nd place with 153 points. Oh, the race this year has been great. And, I want to thank WZW and the person in 1st who we'll get to in a second. Because it's made this very exciting for me. It's been very good. You two have been so good and so consistent this year, it's made this leaderboard awesome. But in 1st, taking the gold, it is of course LMS with 159 points. just managed to stay ahead of WCW this year through being so consistent and uploading consistently great animations the whole year. It's been awesome to see, so very well done to LMS. And that of course does bring us into our year-end awards, and the animator of the year, as always, is the guy at the top of the leaderboard, LMS. What else can be said? The sheer amount of points that he's gathered this year really tells you how great he's been. And next I want to talk about my most improved of the year, and I've given this to actually two people, because initially I wanted to give it to WrestlingKnight because his improvement was absolutely incredible this year, as I'll show you here when you look at the first animation from this year, or one of his first at least, to one of his most recent. The improvement is incredible. But he's been a bit inactive recently, and I don't know if he's maybe quit, so just in case he has, I hope he hasn't, but just in case he has, I decided to also give it to G6W, because he's another one that at the start of the year you can see how much he's progressed to the most recent animation, or again one of his most recent ones. So well done to those two. I hope to see you both continuing to improve. Next up we have the animation of the year, and this year I have went with WCW's Moonsault DDT. I absolutely love this animation. Not much has changed on my opinion of it from when it was on the top 5. It got number 1. I can't remember what week it was, but I do remember it was first place. I thought this was an absolutely great animation. Smoothness, flow, impact, reaction, everything was absolutely great there. Absolutely loved it. And finally, the hardcore animation of the year, and I'm giving it to CarltonFan for his belly to belly through the glass. So this is an animation that I liked when I first saw it. I believe it got 3rd place on the top 5 when it was on. I could be wrong there, but I think it was 3rd, and it's grown on me even more throughout the rest of the year. It was brilliant to have CarltonFan return. That was awesome, especially for something that I created in WAF. That was awesome. I don't know if that's specifically why he returned, it probably isn't, but it was still really cool. And this was one of the first animations that he did for us, and it is great. It is so good, and the joint movements have really impressed me every time I've rewatched it. It's a fantastic animation, and that's why I'm giving it the hardcore animation of the year. So that does it for this week, guys, and that does it for this year. So I said a while ago that I might be making this the last year that I do it, but I don't think I am. I'm going to continue it next year, I believe. It's just too fun to do, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. I hope you continue watching it, and hopefully we can see some new faces pop up next year. Hopefully the people who have been great this year can also continue to be great. See if they can get back up that leaderboard again. If LMS won it 2 years in a row, that would be pretty impressive. But we'll see. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you all have a very happy new year, and don't get too drunk if you're old enough to get drunk. Bye bye.